All right, Matthew, here we go. We got lesson 1.2.2, perimeter and area of enlarging patterns. All right, so the situation we have today is we got Alonzo, and he makes rugs, but he doesn't just make any rugs like rectangles, squares. No. He makes rugs for really weird people who want weird patterns in their house. Okay, so we're going to just look at his rugs and try to figure out. So he has to like order supplies for his rugs to see how much it's going to make up. So he's got two things he has to look at, like actual like fabric in the middle of the rug, so like the area, and then he likes to put fringe around the outside of his rugs because everybody likes fringe. So he needs to know the perimeter of his rugs that he's making. All right, so his first pattern of rug that he makes is for people who just want the rug to touch one corner, I guess. Whatever. So for really weird shaped houses, this rug's perfect. So he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's got 6 squares there. That's his original pattern. But what if somebody has a really big weird shaped house? So he's got 2 other patterns for that he wants to look at. So he wants to know what's the area of the fabric he needs, and then how much fringe does he need? So he needs to look around the outside of it. So looking at figure 1 for his original pattern of his weird shaped rug, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he's got 6 squares in there. So that's the original. The area would be 6. We're just counting up the number of squares there. The perimeter, we'd have to count around it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So his perimeter ends up being 12 there. All right, perimeter is 12. All right, let's look on to a expansion of that pattern. So what if somebody just doesn't want it that small? They want 2 squares there, or a 2 by 2 for the square there is what I mean. So now here we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Wow, he's got 24 squares in that one. There's another way that I could have counted that. I've got 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, and then there's 6 of them. So 6 times 4, that would be the area of it. So it's still 24 either way you count it. So our area becomes 24. Okay, so we started at an area of 6 when we made the pattern where each of these squares went into squares of 4. It got 4 times as big, it looks like right here. All right, 6 times 4. And then our final pattern here, instead of 4s, now we've got 3 by 3s for these squares. So they started as 1 by 1s, now they're 2 by 2s, now it's 3 by 3. So this is his large pattern for this. So there's 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9. Looks like it's going to be 6 times 9, which is 54 for the area. Oh, I skipped stuff, didn't I? I forgot to do the perimeter. Okay, so rug design A, figure 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Looks like we've got 24 for our perimeter there. And then here, our perimeter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. So we get 36 there. All right, now we don't have figure 4, figure 5, or even figure 20 there. But what we can look at is the pattern of growth and then try to see how the pattern is growing there. Well, let's start with the perimeter. So we go from 12, 24, 36. It looks like we're increasing by the same amount each time. We're adding 12 each time. So I should expect 48 to be in this one because 4 times 12 is 48. And in this one, I should expect 60 because 5 times 12 is 60. So what if we wanted a really huge rug? Figure 20 would be 20 times 12, which is 240. All right. Next, we're going to look at the area. From here to here, it looks like I multiplied by 4. But from here to here, I didn't multiply by 4. So it's not a multiplication pattern. But if we go back to what we were looking at before, what was increasing was the number of squares. Remember we had a 1 by 1 square here. Now it's a 2 by 2. Now it's a 3 by 3. And the next one should be 4 by 4, right? So it looks like what happens is I start off with 6 squares. And then those 6 squares are 1 by 1, or 1 times 1. So 6 times 1 times 1. On the next pattern, I had 6 squares, and all of these squares are 2 by 2 for the area, 2 times 2. So this would be 6 times 2 times 2. The next one, I had 6 squares, but all of these squares are now 3 by 3. So 3 times 3. Remember we had 4 of them, and then we multiplied by the 6 different kinds. Here we had 9 of them, and we multiplied by the 6 different kinds. So that's what we're doing here. We had 6 of them, and then they're all 1 by 1. So 6 times 1 is 6. Over here we had 6 of them. They were all 2 by 2s. So that's 4. So 6 times 4 is 24. Here we had 6 times 3 times 3. So 6 times 9. That's 54. So then this next one, it makes sense that it would be 6. And then all of these would be 4 by 4s. So 6 times 16 ends up being 96, I believe. And then the next one, we should expect to have 6 of the 5 by 5 squares. So 6 times 25 ends up being 150. And then if we jump to here, we have 6 of them, and we should get 20 by 20 squares. So 20 times 20, that's 400. 400 times 6 ends up being 2,400. All right, so that's the pattern that we're looking at. All right, let's look at design B, because not everybody just wants a rug that's going to fit in the corner. What if you got like a J-shaped area that you wanted a rug for? It's kind of sideways, JC. So what if this is the pattern that you wanted for your rugs? Okay, so let's start with the area. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's 6 in that area. Let's look at the perimeter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Looks like we got 14 for the perimeter. So we got different perimeters, but we have the same area. Now there's a reason why we have different perimeters. All of these, they're connected, but they're all on the outside. Whereas this one, it's connected here, so there's less perimeters to go around because it's not on the outside. So there we've got our first figure 1. Figure 2, looking at the area, there are 2 by 2s again, just like that last one. So this is 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. So this is going to be 6 times 4 for the area. It looks like it has the same area of 24. And then looking at the squares again, 3 by 3, so it's 9, 9, 9, 9, 9. There's 6 9s right there, so that's 54. It looks like we're getting the same exact numbers for the areas. So I'm going to assume that this is 96, this is going to be 150, and this is going to be 2,400. The perimeters are not going to be exactly the same. We've already seen this, that they're not the same between the two shapes. So let's go back to here. And let's look at the perimeter here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. So we get 28. So when I added a 2 by 2 square, it looks like the same thing's happening. Up here, we're multiplying by 2. Or not multiplying by 2, duh. We're adding 12. Now it looks like sorry, we're adding 14. So if this pattern is just like this one, looks like we should add 14 again and get 42. And we can double check our pattern and see that that's happening. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 30, 33, 36, 39, and finally 42. Yes, we are still getting 42. So the pattern's holding together. It looks like it's adding 14 each time. So if I add 14 to this one, I would get 56. If I add 14 to this one, I would get 70. And then it looks like we are just multiplying 14 by any of these numbers. So this last one should be 20 times 14, which is 280. All right, let's go to Rug Design C. Okay, what if you got a crazy customer who wants a U-shaped rug? Because, you know, rooms in a house look like this. So again, 6. 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. So we got 6 times 4. Here we got 1, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9. So it looks like 6 times 9. So it looks like, oh wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 this time. Oh, I almost missed that. So the area is 7 on this one. And then this one would just be, there's 7 of the 4s. So 7 times 4 would be 28. And then on figure 3, we've got 7 of the 9s. So 7 times 9 is 63. So following that same pattern here, if I had 7 of the 1 by 1s, and I had 7 of the 2 by 2s, and I had 7 of the 3 by 3s, here I should have 7 of the 4 by 4s. So this should be 7 times 16, which is 112. Here we should have 7 of the 5 by 5s. So this is 7 times 25, which is 175. And then here I should have 7 of the 20 by 20s. So this is 7 times 400, which is 2,800. Perimeters. Let's look at our perimeter real quick. Outside, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. It looks like I have 16 for my perimeter. Now, based on our other patterns, here we saw the perimeter was 1 times 12, then 2 times 12, then 3 times 12. This one was 1 times 14, 2 times 14, 3 times 14, 4 times 14. And if you are predicting, yes, you're right. This is 2 times 16, 32. This would be 3 times 16, 48. 4 times 16, 64. 5 times 16, 80. And then 20 times 16, which is 320. All right, try this last design out on your own. Rug Design D. So go ahead and pause the video and see if you get these ones right. Look for the perimeters and the areas. All right, pause it. And here I'm coming back. So hopefully you paused. This one, even though it's facing a different direction, there are the same exact number of tiles or areas as Rug Design A. It's just facing a different direction. It should be basically the same shape as A was. It's that A faced, up in that corner. This rug faces down in this corner, just in case you want to cover that corner instead. Whatever. So we should get the exact same perimeter and area as Rug Design A, and we do. So this is 12 and 6, 24, 24. We got 3654, 4896, 6150, and 240, 2400. All right, so what we want to see here is that when we increase a pattern, perimeter and area increase differently. They do not increase at the same rates. We're just going to look at pattern D because it's very similar to pattern A. And we're going to now graph the perimeter and the area to see what the growth looks like. All right, let me get my ruler. I got my ruler. So I'm going to put my y-axis over here. Here's my y-axis. And I'm going to put my x-axis down here somewhere. All right, my x-axis, I'm going to make the figure number. So this will be figure 1. Let's do it like this. Let's do figure 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'm not going to go up to 20 because I think that we're going to be off the paper if we try to do something like that. And then over here on the y-axis, we're going to look at the number of tiles. And this is going to be either the area or the perimeter, depending on which one that we're looking at. Let's do each of these by 10. So this is going to be 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Do I need to go above 100? I do. I need to go to 150. Dang it. 120, 140, and 160. We're good. All right, so in red, I'm going to graph the perimeter. So on this one, when figure number 1, we had a perimeter of 12. So 1 and 12, so this is 10. So I'm going to say 12 is right here-ish. Right there. 224. So 224, so this is 30, so 24 would be right about here-ish. All right. 336 is the next one. So this is 30. So I'm going to call, oops, this is 36. And then 4 should be 48. So we should be somewhere right here. And then 5, we've got 60. So here we notice that we've got what looks like a straight line. So we're going to notice that perimeter, when we increase the pattern size, grows linearly. It grows in a straight line. So perimeter grows linearly. Sure, let's just say that. So it grows at the same rate each time. We notice that we're adding 12 each time. So this one, we added 12 for each increase of the figure number. Let's see, different color. Let's do blue here. Let's do area now. So when I do the area, we start at 1.6. So that'd be somewhere right around here. Next one is 224. So that's the same spot. So I'll just circle it. So they're at the same spot there. And then we've got 354. So here's 50 and 4 would be about right here. And then 4 is 96. Oh dear. Here's 90. I'm going to call 96 right here. And then 5, we said the final number was 150. So 5, 150. Let's see, that would be right here. All right, so this one, since it's not a line, it's a curve instead. This one is not growing linearly. It's growing like a curve. Okay, so the area grows as a curve. And since this curve is based off of us squaring, so remember we're doing 7 times 1 times 1, so we're squaring the figure number. 7 times 2 times 2, we're squaring the figure number. 7 times 3, we were squaring the figure number. So since we're squaring the figure number, we call that quadratic. Because we square the figure number. All right, last thing that we got to do, write the equations. Okay, so the equations for this one